Forgiveness is a quality that is absolutely crucial in order for there to be any peace of mind or any peace and harmony within this world. Because it is the age of Kali, an age especially characterized by the rampant inclination for quarrel and hypocrisy. If we cannot forgive, then there is no possibility of any relationships surviving on any level. Whether it is God brother and God brother, or God sister and God sister, husband and wife, friend and friend, neighbor and neighbor, between religions, between various ethnic groups and castes, between nations. The nature of this world is it is under laws. There is the law of gravity. Law of gravity means everything's nature is to go down. Yes? For those of you who are structural engineers, you know your whole service is somehow or other battling against the laws of gravity. To build a structure that will stay up despite the natural tendency to collapse. And there are so many impediments to keeping it up. So many stimulants in this world to drag everything down, especially our consciousness and our relationships. Without the quality of forgiveness, everything sacred within life must collapse. I'll give an example of how maintaining resentment, hatred, vengefulness affects our own heart. Someone hurts us and we're angry. We feel that our rights have been violated. We pick up a burning hot ember of coal. It's just bright red from within and without, like fire. And we pick it up with our hand and hold on to it, and hold on to it, and hold on to it. Day after day, week after week, year after year, with the intention of throwing it at the object of our abuse. Who suffers? We suffer. By holding on to that burning fire, we're torturing ourselves. It is a fact. Resentment, hatred, all of these qualities, vengefulness, are like a burning, blazing fire. And if we keep it in our heart, what will happen? It will burn to ashes all of our virtues, all of our spiritual qualities, and it will make us simply miserable. Holding on to these qualities of thinking evil intentions toward others is factually, not figuratively, factually, from an emotional, from a physical, and from a spiritual point of view, it is like keeping toxic poisons within our mind. It is a fact. Any proper, sensitive doctor knows that emotional turbulence creates emotional and physical disease, especially the poison of hatred and ill intentions toward others. It's poison. Forgiveness is the art of liberating ourselves from that toxic, deadly poison that's destroying our spirituality, our emotional content, and our health. And also, potentially, of all those who are around us. If we withhold the free choice to forgive someone, what actually happens is we simply remain a victim of whoever has hurt us or abused us. We're really only a victim until we can get that poison out of ourselves through the art of forgiveness. Health research has proved how these qualities create deterioration in every aspect of our life. As we give the gift of forgiveness, we are healed. And according to the great saints of all tradition, a definition of love is the capacity to endlessly forgive. The love of a parent is they can forgive their child no matter what their child has done. If they cannot forgive, they do not love. Forgiveness doesn't mean necessarily that a person shouldn't pay a particular price to learn the lesson. It's actually, forgiveness means to actually be the well-wisher, even of our persecutors, and thinking in terms of their welfare. Inner peace, Bhagavad Gita teaches, is to change oneself. Inner peace will never ever come by changing the people who have cheated us and hurted us. We can try in a positive, compassionate way, but we can't really succeed unless we change our own attitudes and perceptions. One great thinker has said that if we do not forgive, we are breaking the bridge which we must cross in order to be forgiven for all of the improper things that we have done. William Blake, he said, that it's much easier to forgive an enemy than to forgive a friend. Does that make sense? It really shouldn't make sense. But it is the reality of the world. Because the more intimate relationship we have with someone, the more we expect from that person. And when you put your trust and your faith and your affection in someone, or they in you, you have the greatest power to cause them pain. So yes, we see. Actually, one time a police officer told me, this is in the United States, that they're really not afraid of going into the mafia dens and breaking things up. They may be killed, they may not, but it's something that it's not so bad. What police officers generally fear the most is entering into a scene where there's a dispute between loved ones. Why is that? Because there's such a rage of anger that you just have no idea. You can't even speculate of what they may do at any given moment. Yes? At least gangsters and the enemy soldiers of the enemy nation, at least you basically know what they're going to do. Without forgiveness, no relationships can be satisfying, no relationships can survive. And this is a very foundational, universal principle of all spiritual teachers and all spiritual paths. Now how? It's easy to talk about it theoretically. But how to be forgiving when our mind and our hearts are in turmoil over various apparent injustices to ourselves? It is important that we understand philosophically the phenomena that's taking place, and also see through historical examples how others have achieved the goal of this virtue. Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains from the pure spiritual perspective how forgiveness is inherent within love of God. Bhakti means devotion, pure spiritual devotion, the natural energy between the soul and the Supreme Soul, or Krishna. Dainya and Daya are inherent within devotion or bhakti. Dainya is humility. Humility means I am very insignificant and God is great. I am very wretched and very fallen. I don't deserve, but God's mercy is all I have to depend on. It's my great hope. I really have no possessions. I'm nothing. I'm simply depending on the grace of God. That is dainya, or humility. What is daya? Bhakti is the tender affection of the heart toward Krishna, or God. And daya is that same tender affection toward all living entities who are all the eternal servants of God. So bhakti is our affection to Krishna, or God, and daya, or mercy, compassion, is our affection toward other living entities, knowing that they're all part of our God. When dainya, or humility, mingles with daya, or compassion, what takes place? Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains. We're thinking that I am very fallen, I am very unqualified, I have no right to judge anyone else, I have no right to punish anyone else. That's not my position. That's humility. When that mixes with affection and sympathy for other living beings, Shama, or forgiveness, is created. Thus, forgiveness is an intrinsic is a better word, quality of devotion or love for God. It cannot be separated. And one's love for God is expressed through one's compassion and one's power to forgive.